John Ochapinti here.
It's AL.
NEPA Scene's own Carson Daly.
Bilkowski. Yeah, Bilkowski.
Yeah. And tonight, we're here with AL Filkolsky. Got that?
Yes.
Nailed it.
What's going on, man? It's been a while. Yeah.
Hello, and welcome back to the Beyond the Break podcast. I'm your host, A.L. Filkovsky, and this is not Johnny, because Johnny didn't make it today. Don't worry, he's okay.
Wah.
Oh, we have that sound effect. Oh, everybody, that's Robin. If you haven't met Robin, she's the voice behind the NEPA.
What? The weekly show segment.
You forgot the name of your own segment.
Yeah. Thanks and stuff.
What's your name again?
Actually, Robin, since we have you here, we did do something a little special this week, and it's going to be its own standalone video as well. Robin, awesome job on all of this. So do you want to introduce it?
Absolutely. So each week we give a highlight of original live music going on in NEPI, northeastern Pennsylvania.
Microwave.
Classic me, right? So this week we decided to go over all of the open mics in northeastern Pennsylvania that I could find. So we've got a segment here for you.
Hands free. You got this.
Oh, hands free. Okay. All right. Is this the button?
Hey everyone, it's Robin. Here's a quick list of some open mic and open jam events going on in northeastern Pennsylvania. On Mondays, you can find open mic nights at Susquehanna Brewing in Pittston, the Keystone Stage in Oliphant, and the Stonehouse in Carbondale, and an open jam night at the Moon Tavern in Archbald. On Tuesdays, there is an open mic at the V-Spot in Scranton, and an open jam on the first Tuesday of each month at Wayne's World in Dallas. On Wednesdays, you can find open mic nights at Tony's Wine Cellar in Pittston, Brewski's in Bloomsburg, and Mountaintop Pub in Mountaintop. On Thursdays, you can find open mic nights at Groove Brewing in Scranton and the Parkway in Nacchio. On the last Friday of the month, there is an open mic night at Rock God Brewing in Danville. And on Saturdays, you can find an open mic at the Creative Compound in Honesdale. You can watch our weekly podcast episodes live every Thursday at 8 p.m. to find out what other original music is happening in the area. Remember to head to a show, spread the word, and support independent artists.
Hell yeah. Oh, hey, Kipo's. Hi, Kipo.
There we go. There's a lot of cats on this episode so far.
I have to give a shout out to Alicia Sully, who I actually connected with through the NEPA Scene open mic at the V-Spot on Tuesdays. Nice. Found her there watching the live stream.
Stream.
And she actually was able to help me with a handful of the open mics that she knew of. So, way to support.
Here, I love Wayne's World in Dallas. I lived in Dallas for a while. Wayne's World's cool. I bought N64 games from there. So,
yeah, they were bought out like new owners a few years ago, like 2 years ago. Yeah,
updates. Newsflash.
Yeah, and now they've got that. I remember when they were putting that stage together in there. But yes, speaking of stages, we've got a guest today that
she is a stage.
She is not a stage, but she's been on many stages, and I failed to ask her how to properly pronounce her last name.
Can I guess?
Please go for it.
Emily Nacchio.
Nacchio. That's what I think it is too. Yeah. Let me see if she gives us a thumbs up. Nacchio, thumbs up? Yes, Nacchio. I got a thumbs up. Wait. All right. So we've got Emily Nacchio. She's a musician, an actress, a writer, and an artist living here in NEPA. She's performed for over 15 years with sold out appearances at venues like the St. George Theater and the Wellmont Theater. She's been in numerous groups, such as her original band In the Now and Packham, as well as a numerous amount of other cover bands and tribute bands. Emily's most well-known musical work is a YouTube collaboration from 2017,
Whatever you want.
where she was performing with guitarist Richie Castellano.
Dude, you're nailing that. Keep going.
Of Blue Oyster Cult, and the band Geeks, covering Black Sabbath's Heaven and Hell in the style of late Ronnie James Dio duo.
Mm-hmm.
The video has assumed over 1.7 million views. So Emily has also been acting for most of her life, with her most recent role as the lead in the independent film The Opener, directed by Kevin Savo.
Shout out Savo.
Woo! She was also the sole actress in the Staten Island Film Festival award-winning project Halfway Home, and performed over a dozen theater productions during her time as a student. So I'm really excited to
That's quite the names and titles.
Yeah, I know.
Daenerys first.
And we actually have a little vocal demo that she sent us. So let's check it out.
Well, since you're coming home, well, my body's burning mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. I won't you come on over, stop making a fool out of me. I said, why don't you come on over, baby? You've got no one to blame for your unhappiness. No, baby. You got yourself into your own mess. Ooh, sing me a song, you're a singer. Do me a wrong, you're a bringer of evil. The devil is there for the maker. 연대 문 어타 야매 호다 문 bất minh ba lệ yêu ya ho tình hai. It's times like this, it's times like this, we need to survive.
So yeah, that's freaking excellent.
Excellent.
So yeah, how are you guys, Robin, John?
Wow.
Great. I got a little alfalfa thing I just noticed, so that's pretty cool. You guys can catch me with that. You can tell this is like my first time doing this, right? I'm prepared. Take me out. I'm done. Goodbye.
Yeah? You did
Yeah.
good.
So I asked Emily, I asked her if she has any original music with a video that she could send me, and she said no. And she's like, that's why I'm competing in the big break.
Oh, I love that. Hey.
Wait.
Buddy.
Yeah. So but she did send me
It was like food for marketing when we're about to go try to get sponsors. That's just like
but she did send me her old band. I guess they're not together anymore. In the Now. So we'll play.
So
that
in the
for
they
you.
would be considered in the then.
In the
'Cause they're
then.
not- yeah, because they're not together.
Yeah, they would.
Play the video. Play the video.
Play the video.
Video.
too much worse. I'll never ending curse. Try to screw the system over. Well, think again. It's already screwed you first. And that's when you realize you're the one that's come. You're on the go. This woman's
All right.
Holy shit.
Excellent.
That was really good.
Excellent. Emily,
Yeah.
welcome to the
Yeah.
show.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
How was your day? How was your week?
My week was pretty good.
Yeah.
What about your month though? Was your month good?
My year was even better.
Yeah.
I'll be
About it.
there for you, right?
All right, I'll see you later. Bye.
All right, great interview.
Yeah. So what's going on? Tell me how this all started. This
all started.
This
yeah.
musical journey of yours, where did it
Oh.
all begin?
I
What
mean,
was
it's
the first
even
step?
I mean, what started
Paint
first?
the path for me.
The music or the acting? Or the
Okay.
video work?
It started when I was a kid, singing choir in the church.
Dope.
And then, yeah, very exciting. And then it moved into when I was in 5th grade and 6th grade, I started getting into the plays. My first play was Grease. I played Sandy.
Awesome.
And it kind of just, I did a play a year in junior high school. And then in high school, I did 2 plays a year. And then in college, I did some plays. And yeah, I started with musical theater mostly.
Okay. So was that like your transition into being in bands and,
Mhm.
and then into being a solo artist? Is that
Yeah,
is that
so
kind of how
I've
that
always
works?
been like into rock music, into punk music, things like that. So I really liked expressing myself with poetry. So I figured I could write songs and just put poetry in the lyrics and do a little bit of everything. So that's kind of
And that's magic.
Yeah.
It worked. I swear to God, it worked.
yeah.
And you're not a Pennsylvania native, is that right?
No, I'm
Where are you
actually
from?
I'm from Staten Island, New York.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Were you in a band like throughout all high school too, or did you start like after
Yeah.
college? Yeah, in a
So I had a high school band called No One You Know, so that when somebody asks,
Who's that? Hey, John, there's a loud sound coming from you, I think.
there you go. That's it. Still there.
No, I don't hear you. Yeah, I muted you. There's something going
Yeah.
on there. All right.
So the first band that I was in high school was No One You Know. So when you ever asked who's on the bill, we'd say No One You Know.
Oh,
Because
nice.
that's really good marketing. But we were 16.
Nice. That kind of goes well with we had Lazy E from 97.9 on here, and he said that your first album should be called Greatest Hits,
Mm-hmm.
and your first tour should be called your farewell tour. So all of those combined with that name,
Okay
No
now.
One You Knows. Know When You Know, farewell tour.
That's right.
Greatest hits.
Yeah.
My high school band name was Blind Fury. I had Last Action Hero. I had some funny ones in high school.
You killed me with that "in the then" comment. I almost died.
Yeah. R.I.P. But I had to take it. I had to take the shot. Is my sound okay now? Is everything okay?
Yeah, your sound.
Okay, good. All right, I'll take it away.
Take it away. Okay. Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Wherever you like.
So, okay. So that's what he meant. He's out. Okay, he's back there. Oh no.
Take it away.
So you start. So you've been doing this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like percentage wise, how much of your life is it consuming now versus like 5 years ago versus 10 years ago? Like,
wow.
How's
the whole thing?
So right. I'll be honest with you. Once I moved to Pennsylvania a year ago, everything changed for me. I had a business in Staten Island, and that business, unfortunately, I couldn't really unless I moved to a city out here. I had to kind of improvise with what I was going to do for work. And the first thing I did was find gigs, and I gig twice a weekend consistently now. Every weekend now. And that is a lot more than I've ever gigged in my entire life. Even in New York.
And you don't have an agent, you're doing this all independent?
I'm doing it all on my own. I'm making my own flyers.
I mean, you could tell you've been in this for a long time. If you're able to, to be able to do that, and like, are you going all over the place? Like you're putting yourself in different areas all the time? Yeah,
I'm basically staying with a certain radius, just because also I work during the week. I have a full-time job during the week. I make sure that it's within like a 45-minute to hour radius from my home. So I live in Honesdale, and it's, I'll go as far as like maybe Lakewood or Promised Land, or, I'll go down to different areas too. I'll start exploring more. I just, this was kind of the area that I got, and then I got so booked up that I couldn't book anywhere else.
Is the agent thing anything you've ever tried, or would you like to, have you ever even tried having it, or you just like doing it yourself?
Honestly, I look at this like, if I'm going to hustle a hobby, and if I'm going to do something that I enjoy, that I'm having fun with too, I want to do it completely on my terms. And I feel like there are compromises you have to make once you invite other people in on your business.
Well, especially when you're booking 2 gigs a weekend for yourself, like
if I could do it my own,
if you could
give somebody else my money.
Yeah. No, I agree. I appreciate it. Like, I didn't like, usually that's somebody who has had an agent, made those relationships, and can do it themselves. But like, to be able to do it straight up, that's pretty fantastic.
So you're what I like to call the whole musician. Is what it sounds like. No, really.
We're the full. Yeah. No, it's
because it's you understand. It seems like you understand that there's a business side, right? There's a marketing aspect, and it's not really selling your soul. Not when selling you yourself, create it yourself. Not when you're, like you said, doing it on your terms.
And a lot of people ask me all the time. This is one thing I get a lot. Why aren't you on The Voice? Why aren't you on American Idol? Why didn't you? Well, I educated myself. That's why. And I realized that those programs, however much of an excitement it might be to be chosen for one of them, right? And when I would be so proud of any of my friends who ended up placing in any of those as well, right? Like, it's still an accomplishment itself. But think about it. Even if you don't place or win, they own your likeness for 5 years. And I'm a 32-year-old woman. I'm not young enough to let my likeness be gone for 5 years with the gamble that I'm not going to win. And even if I did win, who's making the choices for me now in my autonomy? My autonomy as an artist is more important than potential fame or fortune, because that's not what I'm after.
Right.
And like,
even if it comes, then it's great. But
I would only want to be on one of those like early seasons of that show. Like no one now is successful from those shows. Like Kelly Clarkson she has her own talk show. Like if you're one of those people and you're on the rise, like one of the rise of those shows, I guess that's okay. But like other than that, like what does it really do for your career other than like point you downwards?
It's
like
the same
it
as like,
takes you to the top and then just literally put you at an angle. Like now you could fail from here.
It's like the same with TikTok for me as a musician.
All right, I can fail from down here.
Dude,
yeah,
it's a much shorter fall.
Yeah,
TikTok as a platform in general is really, for me as a musician, pretty toxic because what happens is you know, the rapport that people get from TikTok, and again, I'm really grateful for anybody who gains any type of acknowledgement for the hard work they put into it, because that's work. But even any reel, you know, but the problem is the rapport that's coming from platforms like TikTok is taking away from the rapport of subscribers and comments and views and listens on Spotify and YouTube, and it's taking away from the musicians. Like, people are like, you should get a TikTok. And I say, but then somebody could just put me on loop for 4 hours and there's my 1,000 views. I don't like the algorithm. It's not true fandom. If you catch my drift, I don't know.
Yeah, trending music. If you're a musician and your sounds when trending, that's got to be like your worst nightmare, because it's like, I don't like any of that. Like, where does that money go? You know, and this is another reason why, once again, we'll bring this segment up, but we need to bring MySpace back. Like MySpace needs to come back with music. Like we were able to have songs. It was so good. Top 8.
Going back to TikTok, I mean, they ruined filmmaking, and I mean, even before them, it was Vine.
I love that.
Those were funny though,
you know. But
I love TikTok too, but it's bad. It's bad. It's not good.
I'm a long form storyteller, you know. Like these little short clips, I hate them. I
call it microwave society. It's microwave society. We want instant gratification for something instead of waiting for the reveal. Instead of letting there be a beginning, middle, and end, people just want, oh, this is what happened, and then what happened, and then it's just like they're too overstimulated now because there's so much information from the internet that we don't know what to do with it.
So it started with Vine, and then TikTok, and then now Facebook and Instagram, and now even YouTube has their YouTube Shorts. So it's like just going everywhere. And like I said, as a filmmaker, it's like,
here's where I think they fucked up with that stuff. You know? I think they fucked up with that stuff because they made it like So basically, say you go viral on TikTok, it's so easy to just then take that and put it to Instagram Reels, put it on YouTube Shorts. So it's like there's no uniqueness to each of these platforms. So they kind of just became like interchangeable in people's heads. And that's where all of social media is going right now. It's just they all conform to like this one idea. Everyone like, hey, Reels are big right now, so everybody create Reels, or in the algorithm you're going to go down. And that's just like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, there's people who make their career off another section of this app.
That's right.
Well,
Like,
there's the beauty of software though these days is that like there's things like Publer and Buffer, and now we even found earlier today Adobe Creative Cloud now has a social media scheduler that I don't know how old it is. I just saw it for the first time today, and it still said new. So and to me that's beautiful, because you get to post to all of these different platforms with one click, as opposed to having to log into each one. So like on a management aside, it definitely saves a lot of time. But you're right, John, it's just regurgitating the same thing on different platforms.
It's like, sometimes you're on Instagram Reels and you just see the TikTok thing just like popping. You know what I mean? It's like you didn't even have the, like, you just had the audacity to just download your own TikTok and put it on your Insta. Like, first of all, do you even know how files work? Second of all, like, do you know what creativity is? Like, it's like each of these, like, dude, doing a video for Twitter is in 16:9, but doing something for Instagram is in 9:16. So it's like, there's an art to making videos for each of those things. You know, so it's like, I don't know. It ruins creativity. But I love them. I'm the biggest hypocrite in the world because I love them. I eat them up.
you know. Well, I mean, like even right now, this podcast is being broadcasted to
Multi-stream,
different
Yeah.
freaking places.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow I'm going to adjust the audio a little bit because I find the stream audio to be
Tingy.
not awesome. So I kind of like leveled that out a little bit, and then I upload it to Anchor FM, and then from there, from Anchor,
great company.
From Anchor FM, it goes everywhere. It goes to Spotify and iTunes and all these different places.
Anchor is awesome, dude. Anchor it's like StreamYard for podcasts. You just post one thing and it makes it everywhere. Like that's like if musicians aren't doing that, like you just have to do a little bit of research and you find so much out.
Yeah, actually, Anchor FM should build an API for StreamYard, so that it could just be like instant.
Right into
instant gratification.
Yeah,
man, guilty. I guess.
I'm telling you, we're all hypocrites. We all know why we all have that right now because they all use our brains to make it. So we all complain about what they used our brains to make. So we can't really complain about it.
So we can't even complain anymore.
Oh, Jesus, they got us tied up.
We can't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
R.I.P.
We're
us.
just gonna be here silent for the rest of the episode, I guess. So Emily, what's exciting and what's new and exciting for you that you want to?
Yeah, any shows coming up?
I got a show a weekend, at least 2 shows a weekend. This weekend, Friday, I will be at the Fishing Hole in Lake Como. And Sunday, I'll be singing at the Wally Ice Fest, which is nice.
That's awesome.
Get an excuse to wear my Gretzky jersey. Go Rangers.
Ciao.
And I'm doing Palermo's on Valentine's Day. That'll be a nice way.
Who do you normally have like a backing band? Like a band?
I was about to ask that if you just go solo or
you just go
solo. So this is what I noticed. I am a vocalist, right? I'm a stage performer. And like I said to you guys earlier, I don't have an agent. I'm doing this all myself. I'm my own roadie. I'm my own, I'm everything. So parts of that is I have to make sure that I'm getting all the responsibilities of making sure that I get my gigs as well. I'm trying to make sure I'm not doing too many gigs at once, because if I do 3 gigs in a weekend, I'm going to burn myself out. Yeah. And I noticed after a while of
it's just not fun.
But money's awesome.
The money is awesome. Yeah. But then when I got myself a day job during the week and I stopped doing the starving artist deal, it kind of helped me out a little bit more. And listen, You're
right, Anthony.
Trust me, I know this.
It is not easy. And I learned the hard way about a lot of things about I want to delete my Facebook for personal reasons, but I can't because then nobody knows where I'm gigging. And everybody's using Facebook for gigs. I have to make my own flyers. I had to learn how to do that because I couldn't afford to pay somebody to make a flyer every time I had a gig, So it's
I had to recently. I've hated Twitter my entire its entire existence, and I recently I just hate the idea.
So I noticed.
I love it.
I recently had to create an account, and now I have a account for the big.
That's what I was thinking next, but I don't know. We'll see about that one. No. But with the gigs, it's like I noticed at first when I was playing them, I learned acoustic guitar basics. You won't want to close your ears and say, why the hell is this girl playing right now? But you do. I started noticing after the first month or 2 of gigging out here, and people that I was becoming friends with were giving me their honest opinion. They loved my voice, they loved my performance, but they said something happens when I put down the guitar and I sing along to my tracks. So I started just singing more along to my tracks, and karaoke tracks, you know what I mean? Just tracks to whatever. And then what I can do is anything people want to hear, I make it like a whole. I tell musicians a lot, a couple people have reached out to me and they ask, like, how do you get all these gigs? How do you maintain this? And I tell them, like, you have to have a shtick. We call it a shtick, a thing.
Mhm.
You have to have a thing that people want to come for. It's not always you got a great vibrato, kid. It's not always you look
Hey,
really
kid.
cute in that dress, gal. It's not always about that. Yeah, you can have the full package and be really blessed, but it's more so you have to have something that people want to come back for and people are going to recognize you for. You don't want to just be some fly on the wall. I'm not going to remember who was that singer. You want to become memorable to these people, right?
Well,
So
yeah,
give
that's
them
kind
a
of
show.
like that's like the Amy Winehouse mentality. It's kind of just like just powerhouse for like I
Balls
think
to
you're
the wall.
yeah, I think you're talented enough, and like that comes with like once you start making your own like this music that you're playing for your tracks. Are you doing a lot of covers, or are you making your own original music?
Well, when I'm playing at a bar, when you're out with your friends at a bar, what do you want to hear? Some
Oh no,
Joe
trust me, I'm
some
all
Joe
for
Schmo's.
covers. Yeah.
Here's my. You ever see that meme or whatever it is where the girl's like, "Hi, my name is so and so, and this is my original song. Sorry ahead of time." And then this dude just jumps off the subway because nobody literally wants to hear that. That song could no, but here's the issue with that, right?
Yeah.
That song could have been a banger. That could have been a
No,
banger.
yeah. I feel
But
you.
because people are not receptive to that kind of approach, guess
Yeah.
what? You ain't gonna get
No,
flies with that kind of honey. That honey
I
stinks.
know where the money like trust me, I know money is made by playing covers and tribute bands and all that stuff.
Right.
But like I think once you get to the point where like you're able to book a show of your own originals and stuff, and you get like a piano player or something like that, or just like a nice little jazz something behind you,
So
that would be
yeah,
great,
that's actually the next step because for the last couple of weeks I have been writing some jazz music with a local musician for my solo project, and we're recording right now, which is really cool in his home studio. So we're hoping to get some of that stuff out on Spotify very soon as well. But
So
the more I do that, the more I could play those songs live.
Yeah.
So speaking of playing live, you are a contestant. You've signed up for the
Yes.
big break. You're a contestant.
I am.
I'm very
And you're a contestant.
and you're a contestant. So,
Contesting.
Contest.
I contest.
as a solo artist, and it's been a minute since I sent you. You applied to be a contestant, and we replied back asking about your solo artist, or so how you're going to perform, because in the rules, as it states,
Can't
you
use my
have
tracks.
you can't be singing to a backing track. That's right. So it's been maybe 2 or 3, like 2 weeks maybe since that
3
happened.
weeks. You ever seen the movie?
so-
Total Recall. You ever seen that movie? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So what have you
Yes.
thought more
I
about
figured
that?
I figured out a solution
figured-
probably about
okay.
2 hours after speaking to you.
Okay.
I'm a go-getter.
Fuck
Okay.
a week.
Well,
Fuck a week, dog.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So the gentleman I'm playing music with, he already agreed to play with me live and do the contest with me.
Oh, sweet.
Done and
Sweet.
done.
And he's piano?
He could do piano, he could do guitar, he could do bass, he could do whatever we want.
Let's
He's
go.
producing our music too. He does a lot of really good stuff. He's
So
wonderful.
okay. So it's going to be 2 of you then.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
cool.
under the Emily Nacchio
Right,
solo project.
She's like, but I get all
Because
the profit.
honestly, I was telling you this earlier. I thought about the route of making a band name for myself, but then if I don't like it when I'm older, that's gonna suck, right? So
Yeah.
I already have 3,100 whatever subscribers on YouTube, and all of the fans that know me through the Band Geek podcast on YouTube know me as Emily Nacchio. So
Right.
I
I
was
don't
like,
think it would even be
I'm
necessary.
already marketed.
Yeah,
that
I don't like it's unless you were a band, you know what I mean? Unless you were
Yeah.
the lead of a band, like
And it's
right
not
now,
an
'cause then you
ego
could
thing. It's not even an ego thing where it needs to be all about me. I would be in a band and I would, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
if you
just
found the
you've
right
been
because of
in
the
it.
marketing reasons. I just keep it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no,
I dig that.
absolutely. So yeah, I'm glad you got that figured out.
Yeah.
And since we're on that topic of the big break,
Mm.
have you ever shot a music video?
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of saw some,
I
right?
have. It's just I never got my hands on it. That's why I couldn't send you nothing.
But they like Taylor Swift did it.
Yo, I don't even want to tell you about that side. I want to stay all
sounds like
lovey
Taylor
light.
Swift did it. It was Taylor Swift did.
It's all right.
Yeah.
You know what? You live and learn from experiences, right? Just make sure you get everything in writing, folks. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Get things in
Oh, yeah.
writing.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So what's your writing process?
My writing process. I get inspired and I say, don't say a word.
How do you?
And then I say, no.
That was the funniest one.
And then I finish it.
So what inspires you then?
That's awesome.
You can literally say a sentence in the middle of this podcast and I'll very, very politely ask you to shut up for a second.
I love
Like that's how my inspiration works. Sometimes somebody will just say something in conversation. I'm a talker. I like to talk, but I also like to receive and listen. So the more you give me, the more I can give back. So if I'm in conversation with a mutually stimulating intellectual mind, then I'm gonna just go off and I can have exactly.
That was good. You got me. I thought you had something to say.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Sometimes, a lot of times for me though, I write a lot of love poems, and I so when I am falling for a fella or whatever,
when I'm inspired by such,
when I'm inspired by that gross stuff, I'll write a lot of poetry at once, or I'll write certain things, and then a lot of those poems turn into songs. Love is definitely a more of an inspiration to me lately, but a lot of my stuff lately is just like proverbs, kind of like writing lessons, things that I'm learning, but sharing it in rhythmic meter and pretty words.
Nice.
I try to write positive. I try to write positive things on Facebook, and Bobby Keller just makes fun of me every time. He's the guy's mean. Hey, Robin, you're muted.
He's muted.
Since we don't have Johnny here, I just want to ask on his behalf: has anybody heard Johnny's music?
Is this a trap? Is this a trick? Is this a trap? Are you trapping me?
It's a trap.
Sorry, Robin. Nobody can hear you.
I heard.
You must be muted.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Thanks. Yeah, Johnny's music's great.
So Emily, you're aside from music, you're also an actor.
Actor.
Cool.
So so tell me about that. You're aware there's a movie being produced here in Nacchio,
and named and titled Nacchio.
I don't know if that's going to be
Wild.
the final name. I don't
Wild
know.
thing
That
to name
might be a working title.
Oh, really? Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Wild to name it Nacchio.
Wow.
But you've been in a feature film.
Yes.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was really cool. So my friends actually work with Damien Leone, for the guy that directed Terrifier 2. And they're Staten Islanders, Fuzz on the Lens. And I actually got to do a short with them before they worked with Damien called Operation the Movie. It was just a short. It was making fun of the Operation game. It's really funny. It's on YouTube. You should check it out. But it started with that. There you are again with the mic, John. No, the microphone is farting. I don't know what it is, man. It started with that, and then I went to the premiere of the movie they did that they made, and it was so good. And I met Kevin Savo there, and we stayed in touch. And after a while, he's like, "Hey, I'm doing this feature, and I need a lead actress." And I got the role, and it was awesome. I had to travel to Connecticut a couple of times, and he came for some. What's that? Like you have to voice over your voice because it didn't come. Yeah, that stuff. Yeah, I had to do some of that. It was fun experience, and
by fun, I mean it sucks. If
no,
you can record your audio correct the first time.
As a stage performer, most of my life, to be in front of a camera was such a joy. I thrive when I'm in front of a camera. The more like, I want to be filmed. I want to make music videos. I want to be in more movies, I actually sometimes prefer acting over singing. That's why I feel like making music videos would just be like my jam, because I could just do everything I love at once.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how many, first of all, where can we see this movie?
Oh, on YouTube, you can search The Opener movie, right? And you can just write Kevin Savo and it'll pop up. It's a full movie. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. I don't know why that happened that way, but that's how it happened. And that's how our movie is out. So there it is.
It's free.
It's free.
On YouTube.
No money, that means.
Savo, what was it called again?
The Opener. I'm very proud of that project. It was completely independently, that him and his brothers made it completely by themselves. And I'm just so ridiculously proud of their accomplishment. And everything when you're making projects on your own and it's the first time you're making a feature, there are a lot of things you would do different later on, a lot of things you look back on, a lot of things you have to make compromises on. But in the end of the day, I'm really proud of that project.
Hell yeah. I'm actually adding the link.
Yeah, they're really cool. They have a lot of really fun shorts as well that they make, him and his brothers. You guys should go check out the Savo brothers. They're really awesome.
So there we go. If you're on Facebook, YouTube.
Great, thank you.
Here's the movie. Here's the movie.
Here's the movie.
You have the link.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So yeah, we'll have to go check that out.
Yeah.
So what was the experience like being, long hours?
Being on set is very exhausting.
How long was the shoot?
Most shoots for just one small part of a scene could last up to 12 hours, depending on the intricacy of the scene. And if your actors know their lines and if everybody's knowing their job, because a production, as anybody, as a musician, as a theater, for anything, for movies, for film, for anything, it's not just the actors on screen. It's not just the directors. It's every single person behind it. The people that are making. I did an unpaid background acting thing for a movie that's going to be coming out, a horror flick, and I was hanging out with some of the backstage, the crew, and I got to help make lays out of like pieces of paper and construction paper and board and stuff, and that's going to be in the movie, and I still have it in my car, so there's parts of the system with movies and with music and with everything that you can't do it without the roadies. You can't do it without the production. You can't do it without the marketers and the people sharing the I don't know, the responsibility of getting the word out there,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do you like the scene around here? Like the scene around here, like it hoists you up.
Yeah, I would love to find more people to do more creative projects with film out here. I'm not having difficulty. I've just been more focused on music lately. So I would like to balance that out and kind of explore my film.
It is time consuming. It is. There's a lot that goes into it. I'm very pre-production heavy. So I spend a lot of time on pre-production to avoid spending a lot of times doing
on
production.
So that your actors are well rested and happy so that they can portray.
Right. There's nothing worse than being called, but you're on a call sheet. You go, you get there 15, 20 minutes early.
And it's 3 hours later and you still haven't been on set.
Because you're psyched. So you're all like pumped up. And you spend the next 8 hours sitting on the side, twiddling your thumbs. Because they're
barely eating craft services that are cold.
Right.
But you're grateful that it's there because holy shit, if you didn't have that, you would surely die.
Right. For those who don't know, craft services is food, beverages.
I actually, when I was 18 years old, I worked at for a craft services, crafting and catering, and I have catered for Katy Perry and Drake and Kanye West and and who else? Maury Povich, You're Not the Father. Okay. Right. It was really cool. So being a part of that is too. I saw a different side of the production.
Right.
There's everybody's a part of it,
Gonna change the subject here a little bit. You play a lot of shows. You said every weekend you play 2 shows a weekend on average, right? Do you go out to shows? Do you go and actually like check other shows out?
I would
I
love
want
to.
you.
There's no
I
time.
want you so bad.
There's no time. How could I?
Yeah, actually, I do. On Thursday nights, it's like my church. Most Thursday nights, besides obviously tonight, since we had this, I go to jazz nights at Here and Now in Honesdale. They have guests that often come in. Tonight, Grammy Award-winning piano player Kevin Hayes is playing, which is wonderful. He's fantastic. And I get to a lot of nights they do the first set, and then the second set is an open jam. So I get to sing my jazz, which is great.
Nice.
And it's really nice to have that outlet so close to home.
Well, there's a few a few shows going on here in the next week in NEPA. So here's Robin to let you know where they are.
Hi, it's Robin with this week's original shows in northeastern Pennsylvania. On Friday the 3rd at the River Street Jazz Cafe in Plains, Haley Jane. On Saturday the 4th at Montage Mountain in Scranton, the Car for Cancer benefit with Suze and 6 other bands. At Last Minute Brewing in Scott Township, the Dishonest Fiddlers. At Crestwood Lake in Newfoundland, Sunday morning. At the River Street Jazz Cafe in Plains, Clarence Spady and the Electric City Band. At the Joint in Pittston, Mellifluous. On Sunday the 5th at the V-Spot in Scranton, the Artist to Artist benefit featuring 4 different artists and bands. At North Slope Pub in Dallas, the Dishonest Fiddlers. On Thursday the 9th at the V-Spot in Scranton, Angelo Marizzelli. If you want your show featured on the next episode, go to thebigbreak.org/podcast and click the Submit Your Show button. That's all for this week. Make sure to head to a show, spread the word, and support independent artists.
Well, yeah. Good job, Robin. Make sure you go out there and support. And Emily, so you do acting, you sing, you write.
Are you a swimmer?
Did I see something? Did I see something about sign language?
Yeah, I'm fluent in sign language.
So
did you come on one of my shows? Will you come on one of my shows and sign it?
Yeah, I'm not an interpreter though. I can try.
Yes, that's all I need. No one that's going to be watching will understand, but I would love to have that. Yes.
You ever see those?
That's awesome.
I guess.
So I do ASL Cabaret in New York with my professor. This is Luna. Huh?
There's another cat.
And with my when I was still in college, I was doing ASL Cabaret with him. He's deaf. His name is J.W. Guido, and he's an actor as well. And he's very, very. Once I start signing, I can't stop.
That's good. Like that's one that like everyone wants to learn a language. I want to learn how to sign. Really, bad.
I actually know 4 languages.
Oh yeah, what language?
That's enough goal setting because you're
English,
surpassing.
Italian, Spanish, and sign language.
Oh, nice. I used to
cultured.
I used to know 4, 5. I don't remember how many. Now I know 2.
It's cool. I love it. I love learning. I think that life is too short to not learn as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, it makes you think different too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool.
Yep.
I wish I had somebody to speak Hebrew with when I was growing up because
Shalom, right?
Shalom.
Is that Hebrew? Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom means peace.
Yeah.
Hello and hello.
And hello. I worked for a young man named Shalom.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he was really cool.
Nice. But yeah, no. So, what do you do with the sign language? Do you do anything?
Well, when I was in Staten Island, I owned a business. I still own it. It's called M Communications, and basically, I help people with nonverbal autism learn how to communicate, and people that have cerebral palsy. So anybody that's nonverbal, I do something also that I was getting certified in called rapid prompting method, which is a letterboard with the ABCs on it. And basically a person with nonverbal abilities can put a pencil or a stick through it and spell, and I could transcribe while helping them to not have stimulations and maybe things that they might have physical urges and things like that. So I have to help like keep their their minds focused. So that's what I did for a living in Staten Island. And my business was really thriving. It's what afforded me to come move out here. Wow. But that's what I do. And I learned sign language just because I love the language and I wanted to talk to my deaf friends and use it. And I use it a lot in my stage performance.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Do you have any merch?
I have some CDs that I sell and burn myself
nice.
at my gigs.
So let me throw merch booth at you real quick. Merchbooth.com. It does so it's direct to garment printing. It costs you $0. And basically you send a couple of designs in. You get hoodies, zip ups, long sleeves, t-shirts, and tank tops. Beat you to it.
I'm watching the whole thing. I'm like, I'll let you do this spiel.
And in fact, we updated our store. Let me actually bring it up here.
Oh yeah, we should have gotten it.
Because
here, I could bring it up. I'll bring it up. You can
okay, yeah. So we added a lot of stuff. So I'll just kind of show you what that looks like. So basically, it costs you nothing, and people can go to your store, purchase your merch.
Basically, any of those like graphics.
The merch booth does all of the money exchange, the shipping, the returns, all that stuff, and you get your profit.
Wow. What's it? What? I want to ask what the catch is.
No,
that's
catch.
what. So yeah, that's the cool part about our company right now is we're one of those
crazy.
companies where people are like, okay, so what's the catch? And
So
we're like,
this is
shit,
the
there
big
is
break
none.
story.
Yeah, here's the big break story.
That's really fantastic.
Yeah, so basically you sign up like any of these because you said you're doing your own designs and stuff like the flyers and stuff. Like obviously you know what you're doing with graphics and stuff like
Not really. I don't. I'm just figuring it out.
Even there still like there is a ways you would be able to do like you would like come to us and we could make you designs. We have like custom design services and stuff like that. So
for real?
So what you would be able to do is sign up like a free store and then get a custom design made and we would be able to make you a custom design or anything like that. And the store is free to have where you could sign up for like a premium package that we have, which is $20 a month. But that basically just gives you more designs.
That's awesome.
The sign up is free.
No, I'm definitely going to talk to you guys.
Yeah, like you said, what's the catch? Like if you're an artist at this point and you don't have like a way that people could buy on-demand merch, it's kind of just you're missing out on free money.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if you sell merch at shows, like what if you don't have a medium that night? You could be like, hop on my merch booth, buy a medium.
Yeah, you could have a QR code printed out.
We even give you a QR code.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's really helpful.
Comes with all marketing support. You get like graphics and stuff like that too. So, but yeah, the store basically.
And there's more there, John. So
tell me which ones are the new ones?
I mean, they're all redone.
Oh, they're all redone.
They're all redone. I added season 3 and season 2
I love the Johnny
in there.
Shirt.
So yeah, Johnny's. The I Love Johnny's have. They're on white.
Yeah, all this stuff comes on a t-shirt, a tank top, a long sleeve, and they all come up to 5XL. So like, there's no way people could not get what they want. If they want your merch, it's impossible to not get it now.
Right.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
So and then you design your own website? Is that
so?
Is that
right? I Squarespace and Wix, and I bought Canva Pro and I'm making my own flyers. Canva Pro, I'm all about Canva Pro. So those templates, God bless the human. God bless the human that created
I go all out on people that are just like template heavy, but like
for anybody.
Canva Pro will teach you how to go from templates to not needing templates. So I love
one
Canva
thing
Pro.
that really helped me with that too is that because I had my business, I have an EIN, right? So with that EIN now, things like Canva Pro that is $10 a month, that's tax deductible. Anytime I spend money on anything like those that are towards my business, because my music is my business too, tax deductible. So these are business things that although your hobby can also, and your passion can also be your living, but there you have to balance the responsibilities of it being a business as well as the responsibility of letting your passion stay alive and keeping that fire alive. And you have to feed both of them simultaneously. So if you're having a hard time juggling those things, reprioritize so that you can get the most out of the experience, because I've seen too many musicians burn out and then get bitter or sour, and then maybe like play a show or two every now and then because they got the itch, and then but never really get back to it. And it's sad to see, because a lot of musicians, you know, they bless us, you know, where we all need it. It's healing for all of us. So
yeah.
the more the better.
100%. I'm gonna put this on. So
Yeah.
there is the website.
Yeah, my calendar's on there with all of my gigs. Yeah.
So yeah, any last plugs or anything that you want to throw out there before?
Stay tuned to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Emily Nacchio. I will be uploading a new series for my poetry. I'm going to be reciting my poems that I've written for the last 20 years. Like each video is going to be a different poem and kind of go through that chronological era.
Nice.
And
Are you is this like pro video, pro audio going to be, or? Speaking of pro audio, you know who doesn't have pro audio right now, or any audio? That would be Mr. Fry.
Oh.
No audio, Fry. I can't hear you.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh,
you got to learn sign language.
Oh, you know, there you go.
Then you don't need language.
Hello.
Well,
Yeah,
there you go.
So like my board is at Rich's or at Balls' studio because the podcast was yesterday and I didn't go and get it today. So I'm using my stupid Yeti mic.
Oh wow.
So yeah, you guys can follow my YouTube. You can follow my website for all of my gigs that I have upcoming, and for availability, I do private parties and weddings and all that fun stuff too. And my Instagram, I post a lot of things on there as well. Emma Nukes. Cool. Yeah.
And you can also check her out on the voting round for the big break. And if, you know, who knows, you know, she makes it to the next round, you'll see her at round 2.
Nailed it.
And
continuing
hold on, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
If he moves on, she'll be at
the
round.
The championship. Finale. That's the championship. There we go. Doing that, and that's rounds, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll see. But Emily, thank you so much for coming on here. Robin, thank you for doing your bits. John, thank you for filling in for Johnny. Everybody out there, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, do all that awesome stuff. Remember that season 4 of The Big Break is still open for signups until May 31st at midnight.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny, for having dinner.
Nothing. Thanks for nothing, Johnny.
And this closing video is actually from our season 2 contestant. Let me pull it up here.
I got it.
Oh, okay, you got it. So Midhaven, this was their video. It's called Judge and Jury. Emily, feel free to stick around after the show. Everybody out there, thank you. Bye.
Much love.